It is my pleasure to introduce Reverend Whit Hutchison. He's the pastor of Wesley United Methodist Church and the coordinator for the Metro DC Interfaith Sanctuary Network.
Well, I feel privileged just to be here with these eloquent speakers who've said much of what needs to be said about, from a faith perspective, about immigration reform in this country. I think we're here today in the first case because we are ourselves immigrants, or we are faith leaders who know immigrant workers and their families not as some category of other, but as our neighbors, our friends, our family, our parishioners, people we love and care about. And so we know what a humanitarian crisis a large sector of our community here in the United States has been living through. We're all here, I know, to support the Obama administration and call on the president-elect, the new president, to take on the difficult, complicated issue of reforming a system that is unjust and is doing violence to so many families and lives. But I particularly want to address one action that the Obama administration can do on the first day in office. And to illustrate this, I want to lift up this, which I'm sure you're all smart people, you can identify this as an ink pen. But I want to suggest to you that in the right hands, this is also a powerful instrument of action for good. And while the Obama administration and our president, new president, will have many challenges that require hard work, long hours, are going to take a lot of time to effect change, including immigration reform, the economy, the situation in the Mideast, the war in Iraq. Those are going to be difficult things to face, but there is something that he can do in the first week of office, and that will require no appropriation of funds, no act of Congress, will cost the taxpayer no money, and will do much to begin to end the humanitarian crisis among immigrant families and workers in our country, which overflows in distress to people who aren't legal and documented. It overflows to harm the lives of citizens, to dislocate children from their parents. It's doing violence, and it's a crisis that is ridden in great part under the radar screen of the general public. I call upon the Obama administration to take this instrument of good and sign an executive order to end the raids and deportations immediately. This is within the power of the president and the administration, and it will do much to signal to a great, diverse community of our society who are honest, hardworking American fellow residents and colleagues and friends that the end of recrimination, scapegoating, prejudice, and attacks on immigrant workers and their families is coming. It will signal an immediate end for many people, to the threats of raids and deportation. This year, already, again, more than 300,000 people deported from the United States. This is a blight, a failure on our part to integrate immigrant workers, those who are doing the hard work of our society, into the body politic. So this is something that can be done. And it would have the kind of impact on 12 to 15 million immigrant families, likened to the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. It would be an emancipation from the shadows, from the threats, from the despair and hopelessness that so many immigrant workers and their families are living through. Why not dare call it the Immigrant Emancipation Act? Sign an order, an executive order, and President-elect Obama, do it. Why not do it on your way to the inaugural parade? That's what I have to say.